There are many types of alimony in Georgia. One type of alimony is temporary alimony. Temporary alimony can be granted by a judge, and it can go on for the duration of the divorce, meaning a judge can decide to grant temporary alimony to one party while the divorce is taking place. That typically happens when one party is making way less than the other party. The party who is making the most would pay alimony to the party making the least, and that can go on for the duration of the divorce. A second type of alimony is rehabilitative alimony. Rehabilitative alimony is alimony that's determined to be necessary for a party to rehabilitate themselves to go back out into the workforce. Because they stayed home and took care of children or a sick spouse or the household, they lost the skill set or have a diminished skill set when trying to go back into a competitive job market. Rehabilitative alimony would be given from one party to another party to make sure that they're able to get the skills that they need over a period of time to go back into the workforce. A third type of alimony is permanent alimony. Permanent alimony is rarely given, but to be a candidate for permanent alimony, the parties have to have at least been married for 10 years. A judge would then make a determination about permanent alimony from the facts that's presented. But typically people don't get permanent alimony unless they're getting divorced later in life and the possibilities for them in the job market are just way smaller. The final type of alimony is periodic alimony. What periodic alimony is alimony for a period of time. A judge can decide to give alimony for a period of time to support one spouse. Periodic alimony payments can be made monthly, weekly, bi-weekly, or as the judge determines. Periodic alimony typically means the following. If you've been married to someone for about 10 years, judges make determinations of alimony, and they can be periodic payments for a period of time. However, in Georgia, most judges look at alimony and make alimony determinations for periodic alimony in the following manner. If a party's been married for 3 years, many times that will equal 1 year of alimony for most judges. It could be 2 years, it could be 4. It really depends on the factors that are presented to the judge. So if you've been married for 10 years, you may qualify for 3 to 4 years of alimony. That alimony would be periodic alimony, meaning it would be payable over a period of time and in a certain manner. Judges are more likely to give periodic alimony than any other type of alimony because periodic alimony would go for a certain period of time. Many times judges shy away from giving permanent alimony because of the belief that parties can go back into the workforce. In determining alimony, it's important to note that the calculation is as follows. It's the person who's asking for alimony, their demonstrated need, balanced against the other person who would be paying alimony, their ability to pay. Meaning, if one party makes $50,000 a year and another party makes $100,000 a year, there's about a $50,000 difference in incomes between the parties. If the party who has requested alimony shows that they have a demonstrated need of $1,500 a month to be able to live the lifestyle or close to the lifestyle that the marriage afforded them, and the other party's making $100,000 a year, $1,500 would be a reasonable request to ask for a period of time. So what would happen is that the court would look at the income and the lifestyles of the parties and then make a determination as to what one party could pay while still living their own life to the other party so that they can live a life close to what the marriage provided. Here's what's really important. It's really important when having alimony discussions or having a case involving alimony that you make sure that you understand the alimony and ask for the correct type of alimony if you're going to be paying alimony. If you're going to be paying alimony, you want to make sure that you have alimony payments for a period of time. You do not want to have indefinite alimony payments because indefinite alimony payments are much harder to modify. If you're going to have to pay alimony, make sure that you have provisions in the alimony agreement that protect you. One such thing is a time period on the alimony. Another thing is to make sure that the alimony has conditions that if they're met by your ex-spouse, disqualify them from receiving alimony. One such thing is if they get remarried. If the parties get remarried, an ex-spouse gets remarried, the ex-spouse should not be qualified to receive alimony because they're married to someone else. That's just one example of something you should think about when considering alimony and an alimony request in a divorce case. If you have a case involving alimony, don't hesitate to give us a call. Alimony is something that's very important to consider when divorcing, and we can help you.